Would you believe me if I told you that you can make an extremely soft and moist cake without using an oven, no eggs, no curd, no condensed milk, and no whey protein? Well, after trying this recipe, you are going to believe me, because I am going to show you how to make a soft and moist cake that is perfect to use in layered desserts or cakes, somewhere where the base sponge is going to be covered with frosting. This recipe won't work for making tea cakes or dry cakes or muffins, but it's perfect for desserts and torts and gatos. And this is an unbelievably easy recipe that you will be able to whip up in no time. So before I begin making this recipe, I hope you've subscribed to my channel, and don't forget to hit on the bell icon so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. So let's get started. So firstly, we are going to prepare the wet mix. For that I have taken some milk, and to that I am adding vinegar, some instant coffee that I have dissolved in water, some homemade vanilla extract. If you want, you can also use essence, and lastly some granulated sugar, and also some butter. Now just whisk all this, and I'm going to wait till the sugar dissolves. So now I am sieving the dry ingredients together once so that the baking powder and the baking soda is equally distributed. Here I have taken some maida or all-purpose flour. To that I am adding some cocoa powder. This is unsweetened cocoa powder, some baking powder, and some baking soda. So sometimes baking soda has lumps, cocoa powder has lumps, so sieving that helps to break those lumps also, and it also helps all these ingredients to mix properly. Using coffee powder here is optional. I am adding it to this recipe because I am going to use this sponge in the dessert video that I am going to show you guys next week. If you omit the coffee, rest of the ingredients and the method remains exactly the same. You don't need to change anything else. So my sugar has now dissolved, and slowly I am going to mix in my dry mix into the wet. Mix it little by little. When this first batch has thoroughly mixed, add the next batch so that you don't have any dry lumps inside. Now if you want, you can use a hand whisk like I am using, or you can also use a machine whisk. Choice is up to you, but whisk it thoroughly. Now this cake doesn't have any binding agents like egg or condensed milk, so we need to rely on the development of gluten to hold its structure, and gluten is developed by a lot of mixing. So in all, you need to whisk this cake for at least 1 minute. Now I have whisked this batter for about 1 to 2 minutes vigorously, and you can see this is a fairly liquidy batter because gluten needs water to develop also. I'm transferring it into a greased and dusted 7.5-inch cake tin. And now, because I told you in the beginning of the video, we are not going to use an oven to make this cake. So I am going to steam this cake, and you won't be able to tell the difference. But because I'm going to steam this cake, I have taken this aluminium foil here, which I'm using to cover this cake like this. Just tighten the seams like this, and then I'm going to poke a few holes on it. So what will happen is that when the cake is getting steamed, it will release some moisture from it. So these holes will allow for the moisture that is releasing from the cake to come out of it, but this foil will prevent the water or the steam in the steaming vessel to come in actual contact with the cake, and the cake will just be dry heated. So that is the concept, and that is why I'm covering this cake with foil. And now this is ready to be steamed. So as you can see, this water has now come to a rolling boil. I'm going to quickly open it, put my cake tin in it and close it back, and then I'm going to let this steam for about 30 minutes. So it's been about 30-32 minutes, and I'm just going to check if my cake is done. I'm taking a long skewer and I'm putting it in the cake to check it out, and it's coming out completely clean. So this cake is now done. So remove this aluminium foil. So I'm going to let this cake cool for about 2 to 3 minutes in the pan, and then I'm going to unmold it and let it cool down completely to room temperature on a cooling rack. So now I'll just slice the top layer of this cake, and you will see the crumb and the texture. Just look at this texture. So using this same recipe, I have made this cake as well. The only difference is that I have substituted, like I have removed 1 tablespoon of flour and added another tablespoon of cocoa powder, and you can see that there is a significant difference in color, but otherwise this recipe is very, very versatile. And to see what I make of this sponge, you need to watch my next video, which will be out next week. So I hope you guys have liked this easy chocolate sponge recipe, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon so that you are notified when I upload my next video. I am looking forward to your comments and feedback in the comment section below, and if you try my recipe, then you can tag me at Chef Hasti. That's my handle on Instagram, and I'll see you soon with another interesting recipe. Till then, happy cooking!